have been back from the mountains for about almost 3 weeks now, and we are making progress on our house slowly but surely. When I came home, this dining room where I'm standing, this dining room here was covered. It felt like almost to the ceiling with all of our stuff. I'll have to go back and see if I can find some footage or some pictures that I took. Furniture, my bed, everything was in here for the most part because we had everything here in the foyer was cleaned out. Everything here in the den was cleaned out. Everything from this closet was cleaned out. Look, it's all games and educational stuff. Everything here in my bedroom was cleaned out. Everything here in the library was cleaned out. And it was all cleaned out because we were painting all of those rooms. All of the floors were either installed or refinished in those rooms also. And since then, we've been slowly moving back into them. And as you can see, they're still a mess. But most things are getting put back where they go. I'm going through a ton of stuff. This here is what I call my homeschool closet. And it was full of educational activities for the younger, mainly for the younger kids to do, but there were some older kids stuff too. It was also, Isaac does a little bit of leatherworking, so his leatherworking stuff was in there. And I have some, the melty beads were in there for the girls and boys who like to do the melty beads and craft stuff and all kinds of stuff. So Charlie requested that while we were doing this, that we really start paring down. So I cleaned a lot of our toddler kind of toys, learning materials out of there, gave those away. This cabinet here, can't get far enough away from it to, was full of games, and now it's become the place for our printers. Printers there, and extra paper and storage for the kids here in the library. But all the games that were in that cabinet were pared down to be able to go here in the homeschool closet. I also had, what was it, guys? 4 bookshelves right here or 3 bookshelves?
We had 4 right here.
4? Yeah, 4.
4? I think it was 3 actually. Anyway, 3 bookshelves right here. 4, 3 or 4, whatever. Charlie really wanted to clean out our dining room and make it look less cluttered. And I am a book fanatic, and I have been for as long as I can remember. I have always loved books and always wanted a library in my home. So anyway, I agreed that I would pare down some more, which I do that every year, but I needed to pare down a lot more this year so that we wouldn't have so many bookshelves. And that even though we're actually keeping, I think, all of the bookshelves, but we're trying to store other things on them instead of just books. So this area here where the shelves were had probably 2 or 3 shelves that were full of puzzles and stuff that the kids were doing. And again, all of that went into the homeschool closet. So just really trying to pare down. So I had that one closet that was already full, now is housing 3 shelves worth of stuff as well as a cabinet's worth of stuff. So it looks full, but hey, that's come down a long ways. But now we're going to be putting our game table over in here, and the bookshelves are going to make their way down to our playroom, and so there definitely will still be some books in there. But our dining room is beginning to return to normal. This morning we even took some of this RAM board paper off of the floor. So we had this paper covering the entire dining room, and now we have a nice strip where we can see the hickory that was laid. which I haven't seen that in this room yet, so that's really exciting to be able to see the gorgeous flooring. But I'm hoping by the end of the weekend that we can have the table set back up and ready to sit down and eat at it. That will be an accomplishment. As you can see, we still have a lot of stuff to go through, get rid of, put away. Got to figure out what to do with that file cabinet and that television. That's probably actually going to go into the apartment that we're building up above Charlie's shop. Our kitchen's looking better too. It was completely full when I came back 3 weeks ago, so we're now beginning to function in it. Last night, a friend came over and hooked the gas up for the stove again. But there is a little bit of electrical left to do there. That should be done again by the end of this weekend so that we'll be able to cook in the stove again. So Isaac, what were you saying?
But we are going to have to undo it and redo it again because we have to put in a bigger stove.
Yes.
And we're going to get rid of this whole thing.
Well, this isn't old by any stretch of the imagination, although it is dirty.
Why don't we put this up in the apartment?
Because you don't need such a big stove in the apartment.
True.
But yes, we're getting a 48-inch range with double oven that will be going in here. So this is just in here temporarily until the cabinets and everything are done and the range comes in so that we can continue to cook some. Nice, Anna Claire. But we're starting to get some things so set back up in here temporarily. And we still have a lot of stuff to handle. I mean, come on, we have a floor vent sitting right here on the table. And this is our game table that needs to go into the dining room that way.
Wait, we're putting it into the dining room?
Yep.
Oh.
We also had an air condition put in here because we typically get a heck of a lot of heat in here, and which is one reason we reduced the size of our windows. These windows were that tall, but went all the way down to the floors. So, and there were 4 of them. So we only had 12 inches on either side from the wall that wasn't window. So we're really trying to reduce our heat load in here and putting in the air condition to help keep it cooler, especially in the summer because it gets really warm here. Those windows are southwestward facing, so they get a ton of light and heat. And when you live in South Carolina, light and heat in the summer is not a good thing. And in the winter, when that sun is setting, you're not getting a ton of heat from it, but boy, it's difficult to see. So I've got to get some blinds, some kind of window coverings on there. This has been our temporary stove kitchen workspace. We've only had this going for maybe the past week. Yeah, maybe a little more than a week. You're right.
Oh, we were using it all the time when you were gone.
This wasn't even in here while I was gone.
It wasn't in.
The stainless steel table wasn't in here while I was gone. But yes, they've been using the toaster oven and the microwave while I was gone. But we've used the pressure cooker some. Roasting oven we haven't used so much. I have an electric burner right there. But mostly when we've needed to cook something on a burner, we've been using the stove on the back porch, the propane stove on the back porch that I use for canning. So there's the propane stove that we've been using. But this has also been used a ton for dishes, and put the kitchen island out here. So we've even got homeschool stuff all the way down here. We've got some math manipulatives as well as cards, it looks like. And lots of clean dishes that need to be put away. Potatoes that need to go to the pigs now. And of course, all my rags in there are going to have to get cleaned because the cats like to sleep in the rag box. Hi, Spearmint. Yeah, you're a good boy. Here's a classic. How you do the dishes when you don't have a kitchen sink. Dominic, you look like you are having fun.
Well, my neck is running hot.
When your sink faucet is only that big, you can't get a bowl underneath there very well. Matter of fact, you can see us, the residue from doing dishes in that sink that we have to clean out. So that is about the sum of our remodeling for right now. This weekend, usually the painters are here on the weekend, and I shouldn't just call them painters. They've been doing all the drywall work. So they have done all of the ceilings for us in terms of stripping them from popcorn and patching things. Like we had a leak in the dining room from the kids' bathroom upstairs. The leak had been fixed, but of course it damaged the drywall. So they've been doing all of that, and we're painting every room in this house. So, and all of the trim. So now we have gotten all those rooms that we've started moving back into have been painted. And, let's see, I think it's 2 weeks from this weekend, we'll be having the dining room painted and the kids' rooms painted. Needless to say, we've got a lot of work left to do upstairs in the kids' rooms, because although I've been through the boys' room and cleaned a lot of that out, I haven't done that to the girls' room yet, and it still needs a lot of work. Any of you who have kids know how they like to keep their stuff, and they're not always the cleanest. And when you put 6 boys in one room and 4 girls in another room, and the rooms are only 11 by 13 or so, it makes for a big mess. Needless to say, we can all do better, so we're going to work on that. Anyway, it's all really exciting, and hopefully I'll give you another update, and we'll have everything set up even better than that.